Hello everyone in the future. I say that because technically it's true. Once this is recorded, everyone including myself will be watching this as a past tense thing that happened. Anyway, fellow time travelers, I went to the store again today with the intention of, since this Master Lock 150 was so easy to open, I only had one left at this store. This is a building supply store that I hit. I took a separate video of it. And I'm going to go, no other people have done on security ratings on these things and how arbitrary and bizarre and strange and mystical the security rating system is. And really, what is security when you have a lock, I mean, how much security you're going to get. Most people realize that it's just a time delay factor, even with the very best of the locks. How much you're going to slow them down. And as far as like a penetration test type thing, they may not even go, if you have a super high security lock that resists everything, cutting and nuclear attack and kryptonite and thermal radiation, nanots, little nano robots that go in there and push and pull the pins for you just right, and you've got a little Turner nanot, he's a little bit bigger. I mean, whatever you got, they'll have all this kind of stuff for them in the future. You guys are probably looking at this, because I know this video is going to take forever to upload, and when it does take forever, time drifts off. However, we must focus and stay in the present. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up each of these locks that are sealed here, and I'm going to talk first before I do the opening, just so I can just do open and pick. I'm going to discuss. So those of you that want to see the action are going to have to wait to part 2 of this. There may be a part 3 and 4, who knows. Could be a prequel, sequel, cast of billions. Alright, so what I wanted to talk about with security was, this one is rated as number 5. If you look at number 5 on the scale of master locks, sometimes they don't even rate them. I have a video where I'm just looking at the rack and just trying to figure out what the hell they're talking about. They don't mention the number, how resistant it is to picking. It says double locking levers, 5-pin tumbler. There it is. 5-pin tumbler cylinder for maximum resistance to picking. Well, number of pins is what it is for maximum. Why don't we have a 21 or 200? And then it would be theoretically impossible to pick. Wrong. So you're basing your assumption on what pick resistance is on something arbitrary. This one's 8. I like that because it's just kind of like 8. And I knew I had a 9 in here. This one's 8. Has a different kind of shackle. And it resists nanite attacks, because you have the little nanite door here. I don't have one like this. It's probably just a laminated master lock whatever in it, but it's kind of cool. I don't have one. And I was in a store, kid in a candy store, and I had money. Alright, Brinks has a different one. They say standard security, right? Standard security. And, sometimes it's based upon how thick it is, and all this, they're giving it a different rating, but this one has 4 pins. Now, you can have something that's 5 pins that gets a lower security rating. It's really weird and arbitrary, but this is Brinks, right? So then you jump up over to the high security Brinks, and they highlight, the other one says weather resistant, but it is more resistant simply by laws of physics. It's bigger. It's going to be, that's still 5 pins. Where a master lock, they would have given this, super duper rating. So, that's that. I keep all my boxes, so here's an Ace Hardware one. They have like a general security, 4 pins. They beef up their, stuff. Here's that huge master lock one that's hiding in the background back here by the camouflage. He's trying to hide by the drink. Thinks he's going to get away, but no. Could be humiliated also. Whoa, look at that. I mean, according to their scale, there's only like, maybe it's like top secret stuff. When I was in the military, there was, levels of classification, and everybody, figured that top secret was it. Later on, because it was so secret, we found out there was above top secret. But that's probably the way it is with master locks. There's above level 10. They're going to say, this is, hey, This is so secret, we're only letting you, the general public, in on this. But anyways, they tell about different shackle heights and resistance. We've already talked about high security. 5-pin. There's a 5-pin. It's high security. It's not general security. Once again, 5 pins. Master lock. 4. For a 140, it's a 4. Pin tumbler cylinder for increased resistance to picking. See, they don't even say the number of pins, but that one got a 4. And the rating of arbitrariness, arbitrariness, maximum security. I mean, nothing can get beyond this. And this really was what I thought was maximum security. It's basically an American lock clone. I don't have it over here with me. For everybody to see. It's hiding. Oh, yes, here it is. I always thought this was the best lock that I had seen, that I could, afford. They had higher price ones, but they were, see, it's already 6 minutes. We haven't even, I'm not even going to attempt to pick anything. But again, this is a very good lock. Ball bearing resistance, all that other stuff. Now, if ball bearings makes, something super duper resistant, I have this old, it looks like an American lock thing too. It also has ball bearings. It's pretty easy to open. The only thing the problem about it's an old U-Haul lock. The only problem with it is it's sticky. There's something wrong with it. And I locked my own locker up with it one time, and I really did lose the key up at work. And the locker was at an awkward position, so I had to kind of like stand up, and I would work on it. It took me a while. This was before I was good at picking, so it took me a good off and on type of, I was borrowing other tools. Little tiny master lock here, making his appearance. All right, all of y'all get out of the picture over here. We're getting off on an arbitrary story about me picking a lock, but I eventually opened it. It wasn't like days or anything. It took me like maybe 4 or 5 hours. Not constantly picking it, but going up when I could get a chance to open it. Ooh, high security. I go into the solid brass body collecting lately, So anyways, we just have these different arbitrary scales. Then the general security, like the Dollar Tree ones, they don't even talk security about it. They just said, hey, you paid, okay, we're going to get a hardened shackle for cut resistance, laminated, and then they put it in Spanish, hey, and it's made in China. But so is a lot of this, like this master, like it says, assembled in Mexico of USA and global components. You can pretty much write in China for that global component, because they make damn near everything. We should never go against war against the Chinese, not because we're afraid of them, but because they're making everything for us. We don't want to destroy our manufacturing base. Alright, I'm going to get political, and it's going at 8 minutes. The next one I'll take a breather, get my scissors out, have an X-Acto knife, which not only will cut open boxes, but you can use it as a pick thing with all these little clomb things with my electric clomb. And we'll demonstrate on that. We'll just jab that in there and have a little demonstration of how good this was to you people of the future. Put heat shrink on it and gives it more resistance to fatigue on us humans. We used to have hands. We don't have metal. We're not cyborgs like you guys are in the future. So there. I hope everybody enjoys their Father's Day in the future. If y'all still have fathers, you may not even procreate anymore. Maybe all test tube stuff and robots around the world. Who knows? But you're still watching this, so anyways, robot people, hope you have fun. I'm going to go into picking this next, cutting open. Trying not to be silly, because, we want to be serious about picking and not have any fun. Don't laugh and don't make up stuff. Ooh, he stabbed that guy. Right in standard security's butt. Alright. Precision strike. Let's see if I can do any balancing here. Oh, man, you got to capture that. Look at that. I balanced that. This is not trick photography. It's not like photoshopped. Strategic Air Command. Ooh, it's a good fade-out scene, too, for this. We now end this chapter from Strategic Air Command, Guarding the Skies, in the past.